I'm glad that I'm getting an opportunity to talk to you. Screw it, यार नहीं करना है यार.
नहीं करना है.
मतलब नहीं करना. I'm a non-industry person. I don't have any godfather in the industry. My savings were over in that period. People call me a celebrity. I tell them I'm not a celebrity. I'm an actor. I like to lead a simple life. Or why people would want to listen to me on your channel would be somewhere because of the kind of work I have done. A lot of my friends make fun of me. अबे तुझे तो मस्त मजे हैं. People who are not required on the set are asked to move away.
Oh. Hello everyone, welcome to yet another episode of Life Loosened Up. This is your host Katie running this show to spread the awareness and share the meaningful conversation with the hope of making small changes in someone's life. Today we have with us actor Rushad Rana, who has acted in many movies like Mohabbatein, Rab Ne Bana De Jodi and Sarkar, and the list goes on and on. Besides that, he has good memorization skill and he was a good ranker in his school and college. Today we'll be talking with him about different things like rejections in his life, dark side in his career, and last but not the least, bold scenes in these movies and serials. A big shout out to Mufazzal Shakir sir for connecting me with Rushad. And my viewers, you know the drill. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Without wasting your time, let's get on this video. Welcome to Life Loosened Up, Rushad Rana sir. How is it going with you today?
Well, it's been a nice day, and I'm glad that I'm getting an opportunity to talk to you. So thank you so much for having me on your show.
Thank you so much for coming to our show. It's so pleasure to have you on my show. And thanks to Mufazzal Shakir sir for connecting you with me, and thanks to you as well, for accepting this invite.
No, my pleasure. In fact, I was with Mufazzal Bhai the entire day today. We inaugurated one of the other community fridges that we have been doing with his NGO called Amafa. Okay. So today was the inauguration of the 8th fridge that we did. Today we inaugurated 2 fridges in Paikala area in Mumbai. So in fact, I was with him almost the entire day, and he was also talking very fondly about you. So so he's a wonderful guy, and I'm glad that I got to meet him, and now through him I've got to virtually connect with you.
So pleasure to listen to those generous words, sir. Thank you so much. So for my viewers, if you don't know what community fridge is, the link is in the description, and just go check it out what community fridge is. So moving on, sir. My first question to you is, how do you deal rejections in life as an actor? I can just tell you a non-actor perspective. When I was in school, when I was in college, I thought failure is the only thing. Failure is failure in examination is the rejections to the life, and those were the only rejections. Then after that, you need to have a job, right? To give a job, you need to give an interview. So we thought this is the only rejections ki interview ke baad itna hi rejections hai. Then there is this job thing. You have to present something, you have to complete the work. Maybe you have some lot of rejections, right? So this is what I have learned as a non-actor thing. Rejections are learnings of life, and rejections are completely inevitable. So what do you think, sir? How do you deal rejections in life as a non-actor?
As a non-actor.
Sorry, as an actor. As an actor. Sorry.
Okay. So, see, like you very rightly said, rejection is a part of life. I think from the day you are born, you come across situations wherein a lot of rejections come your way. What happens essentially in the acting field is that because the stakes are so high, and because hopes and aspirations are built up so high, at times people can't deal with the rejections positively. So one trick that I use, which I may fail at times, but what I kind of use is that after I've given an audition or after I have gone for a meeting, I kind of detach myself from that project. So I tell myself that, okay, I've had a wonderful audition. I've had a very good meeting with a particular director, producer, production team, whatever it is. But then once I'm out of that office, or once I'm done with that audition, I somewhere detach myself from it. So this is something very interesting, Ketan, that I learned from one of our very acclaimed directors, Mr. Nagesh Kukunur, who I have been fortunate enough to do 3 films with him. So he once, when we were, I think, just chilling on a set, he said this very important thing to me. That he's like, Rushad, once I make a film, and once I have delivered it to my producer
Mhm.
after the post production, editing, dubbing, whatever it is, he's like, I detach myself from that project,
Huh.
because he said a very important thing. He's like, if I would keep getting stuck to that project, okay, now when will it release? When it releases, whether is it doing well, whether it is making money, it is not making money. He's like, if I get into those things, a, it is going to make me a very anxious person to
Right.
begin with, and
Mhm.
secondly, he's like, when will I start thinking about my next film? When will I start writing my next project? So this is one thing that I really learned from him, and I said that if a guy of his caliber and someone
Mhm.
who has so much at stake, someone who's a director, when a producer is putting in money on your films,
Mhm.
it is a huge responsibility on your shoulders. You have a huge responsibility towards your audiences, because they are expecting a certain level of work from you.
Right.
So I said, if he can adapt this policy, why can't I? So that's when, somewhere down the line, I told myself that that is, I think, what I should start doing, because uh, earlier on I had become a person when I would get too involved with my projects. I would start thinking, oh, when are they going to release? Once it gets released, what is the response? What are people going to, whether it's going to be a box office hit or not, whether my serial is going to be a hit or not.
Mhm.
Then I realized that I am becoming a very, very anxious person in doing that. And somewhere down the line, I also felt that I'm becoming a negative person, because what happens is aspirations give rise to rejections, and then rejections give rise to negative feelings.
Mhm.
So I said that I think detachment is the best policy. And I mean, having said that, there are
Mhm.
still a lot of times wherein I feel dejected, wherein an audition has gone very, very good. Like, I felt good about it.
Mhm.
I've got a very good feedback about it. The casting agent kind of texts me 10 times, send an audition with this variation, send this, send that. Oh, the directors really liked you. But then that project doesn't come your way. So it still hurts. It's somewhere down the line, still kind of, for those half an hour, 1 hour, it still kind of messes my mind. Kya re, kyun nahi mila? What went wrong? But then I come back to this detachment policy, and I think that's what keeps me sane. Because, and by detachment, I don't mean that you have a care a hang attitude towards the project. I don't mean that in any way. It is a very thin line. It is like saying that, okay, I know that my favorite piece of cake is kept in the fridge, and I know that in a couple of hours I'm going to have it.
Huh.
But I leave it to that. I don't keep thinking about it. Oh, now the time is passing. Now half an hour has passed. Now I'm 1.5 hours away from eating
Right.
that piece of cake. Oh, now half an hour is left. So that kind of messes your mind up. So I kind of keep this policy of detachment as far as I can, and it keeps my sanity, whereas rejections are concerned, because rejections, as we all know, can be very, very, very hard.
Right.
They can be very disheartening.
Mhm.
There are times when, if I have a lot of hopes pinned on a project and that doesn't come through, there have been days when I don't feel like giving auditions. I'm like, screw it, yaar, nahi karna hai, yaar.
नहीं करना
Matlab,
है.
नहीं करना है यार. मतलब there have been days when I've got messages for auditions, and then I just kind of overlook them, and I'm like, नहीं देना ही नहीं है. So I even go through that zone even now, in spite of having this whole mental framework going. It still happens. But I would say, with this kind of understanding that I have amongst myself now,
Mhm.
I am a fairly more positive and a more calmer person than what I
Nice.
used to.
Do you do anything for being positive, like meditation or something like that?
Yeah, I am a lot into spirituality. I believe in the power of prayers. I
Nice.
chant some of our prayers whenever I get a chance. So I'm not very ritualistic about it. I don't
Mhm.
say that कि दिन में ये 10 minute करना ही है,
करना ही
या
है.
I have to do it for half an hour in a day, or I have to do
Hmm.
it in the morning, or I have to do it in the night. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. There are times when I just feel that now I want to sit and I want to do my mantra chanting,
Mhm.
and I do that and I feel at peace. And
Awesome.
otherwise, also what keeps me positive are my parents. They are the sweetest, most strongest pillars of my life,
Nice.
and they are such nice and positive people that when I'm with them, that positivity automatically
Comes
reflects upon
attracts,
me,
they are
attracts,
like
reflects.
parents are kind of magnetic people, right? You attract to them like the same thing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, but that's the biggest takeaway from me, from you, sir, about the detachment policy. Because you know what happens with me after these interviews, I go and check my interviews a lot, and I trip over a lot while having a conversation in front of these cameras. I did do a lot of mistakes. So this is how I see that, I do a lot of rewinds in my videos, and I try to learn from that. But from today onwards, I will not do it. I'll not go and check my videos. I'll just edit those videos and publish it. I'll just detach it from me. I mean, I know what have mistakes I've done in these interviews. In the
Right,
next in the next interview, what I will do is I'll not repeat the same mistakes again and again and
right,
again and again.
right, right, right.
Yep.
That makes
So,
sense.
yep. So moving on to the second question, sir, can you just tell about your any dark side of your career? Just one dark side, and how did you come out of it?
Yeah, so I did go through a dark phase in my career, which was actually self-inflicted, if I may say so. So,
Uh,
fortunately, by God's grace, from the time I've started working, there have never been a scarcity of offers. So, काम मिलता रहा. God has been very kind. This industry has been very kind to me. I'm a non-industry person. I
mhm,
don't have any godfather in the industry, but still, I have managed to kind of, you know, do decent amount of work in my life. There was just this one phase in my life, the dark phase, as you call it, wherein I was working on a particular film, and I was told to kind of not do TV in that period because I was the lead in that film.
mhm,
And unanticipated, that film took a very long time to get made, and by the time it got made and it got released, it was a 3 year period that went into that,
mhm,
and I kind of stayed away from work. Said no to a lot of TV projects in that period for 3 years, and I lived off my savings. My savings were over in that period.
mhm.
So, and then when the film released, the makers didn't even have the courtesy to put me on the posters of the film, which
Oh.
was like a very, very disheartening experience for me. So actually, ये जो detachment वाला मेरा फंडा है,
Uh-huh.
that mainly came after this phase, wherein I felt that I was so into this one film that I could not logically see left, right, and center. I was just,
Uh,
it's like I had horses blinders and I was just seeing in that one direction. And I think that is what led to, you know, me having stayed away from work for 3 years, and being a professional yourself, I'm sure you can understand what it is to go without work for 3 years.
mhm.
That too, when good offers are coming your way, but you're kind of saying no to them. You
Mm,
understand?
got it.
But usme bhi, in that 3 year period, I kind of got into religion and spirituality, and I got very deep in my prayers, and that was also like it was, I think it was a part of my spiritual journey that I had to go through that,
Mhm.
and that was like a positive thing that came out of it. But yeah, whereas the dark side is concerned, I would say this particularly was the dark phase in my career.
Right. So what keeps you grounded, sir? So you're so easy to talk with. You take public transport, and I mean, वो हर actor को एक kind of fame रहता है ना. So you don't need that ever in your life, because everyone needs that fame, right? कि वो मुझे मैं actor हूँ. But looking at you, talking with you, I mean, I never felt that I'm talking to some actor. So can you just speak to that?
See, because I don't take the actor tag very seriously. When people call me a celebrity, I tell them I'm not a celebrity. I'm an actor. I'm fortunate enough to do the kind of work that I love to do. So there are people who work for a living. There are people who love to do what they, you know, do and get paid for it. So I think I
Right.
am in that latter category. I'm in that. I'm fortunate enough to be in that latter category. So I never take. First of all, I never take my fame for granted. I am always indebted to God. I am always
Right.
indebted to the blessings of people, that the kind of love that I get. And it's very strange, I'll tell you, Ketan, the more adulation and the more love that I get, the more humble I feel. I don't know why. It is a reverse process.
Mm-hmm.
And whereas I mean, me taking public transport and everything is concerned, it's because I like to lead a simple life.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you, when you take public transport, it gives you more access to people. And that's how, in fact, your fan base increases. You meet a lot of
Right.
people. You meet people from different walks of life,
Right.
and it is so interesting. And so, yeah, I mean, it just keeps me grounded. And I like to be like this. I like to have a simple life. It's not that I don't have aspirations of, being a superstar, or, winning a Filmfare award, or, things like that, or working in Hollywood, for instance. That is like my all-time dream. I would love to do international work as well. So I
Mm-hmm.
have all these aspirations, but at the same time, I feel deep down I'm a very simple guy. So
Mm-hmm.
I like to lead my life like that. And it
Mm-hmm.
is not that I'm trying to put up a pretense so that people like me or something like that, but it's just the way I am. It's just, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people tell me, that whenever you're going for a meeting or something, don't take public transport. What if people see you getting out of a rickshaw? Value kam ho jati hai, ye ho
Mm-hmm.
jata hai, wo ho jata hai. And come on, yaar, I believe wo sab, they're all doesn't matter. It really
Doesn't
doesn't
matter to you.
matter. Today,
Mm-hmm.
I think the reason why you want to talk to me, or why people would want to listen to me on your channel, would be somewhere because of the kind of work I have done, not
Mm-hmm.
because of the mode of transport that I take to a shoot, or you know frivolous things like these. So I think what ultimately matters is the kind of work you do, the kind of and like I said, you get a when you're humble, when you're nice to people, uh, the universe gives those blessings to you. A lot of blessings come your way. Elders, I mean, so many elder people that I meet,
Mm-hmm.
they kind of touch my head and they say, "Ke
Exactly.
beta,
You feel so good,
खूब
right?
तरक्की करना." That's beautiful, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like, I mean, apart from the money that one makes as an actor or whatever it is,
Mm.
these things are what kind of get you going. So
Right.
when there are
Exactly.
bad days at shoot, when there are long grilling hours at shoot, at times we are made to wait for 6, 7, 8 hours in our makeup rooms for a scene to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the times when, instead of getting messed up in your head, I just kind of think that, chalo, ye sab theek hai, but look at the bigger picture. Look at what you're gaining out of it. And I just kind of feel happy about it.
That's a really phenomenal answer, sir. I really like this answer a lot. Thank you so much for this that answer. So yeah, so coming to my last question, sir. This is little bit heavy. So what do you think about the bold scenes in the movies, and what do you think about the bold scenes in the TV series, web series, whatever we see? Because I can just tell you what happened to me few years back. I was watching this movie called Raja Hindustani with my
Okay.
cousins and friends. And there is this bold scene, Amir Khan and Karishma Kapoor, right? And I was so into movie that I was watching at it like anything, like that. And my cousins and my friends, they started pulling my legs. Hey, tu kya dekh raha? You're so into that. So I don't know. I mean, I like intentionally I could not distract myself from that thing because I was completely into that. So, what are your
Right.
thoughts about bold scenes? Like, do they really add value? You think?
See, if the script demands, it adds value. There
Mm-hmm.
are two things. First, if the script demands.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, how you shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
So I have done bold scenes in my career in a couple of things. One was a film called Door, which I did with Nagesh Kukunur sir.
Right.
So I had a beautiful love-making scene in that film, and it was so beautifully aesthetically shot. Then recently I did a short film called The Cottage, which is on an app called Ullu and MX Player. So
Mhm.
in that also I have a lovemaking scene. But the thing is that, see, in both these things that I did, it was needed. It was not कि चलो थोड़ा सा इसको हम tantalizing बनाते हैं इसीलिए लव मेकिंग सीन डालते हैं.
Right, right.
So I feel आपकी नियत पे डिपेंड करता है whether your scene, the love making scene or the bold scene will take your story ahead. Then obviously it makes sense adding it. बट अगर आप बस मसाले के लिए या आपको एक सर्टन ऑडियंस को टैकल करना है, आप उसके लिए डाल रहे हैं, तो वो तो आपके ऊपर है. आई एम नो वन टू पास जजमेंट टू इट, बट आई वुड नॉट वांट टू बी पार्ट ऑफ सच थिंग्स.
Acha.
I would want to be part. So whenever I get an offer for something like that, I
Mhm.
always, first question is the scene needed,
I see.
and secondly, how you're going to shoot it.
Mhm.
So if both these criterias are met, then obviously I don't have a problem in doing it.
Mhm.
But otherwise, I mean, जिनको सिर्फ मसाले के लिए बनाना है,
Mm.
मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूँ गलत है, सही है, क्या है. It is absolutely up to the maker's vision,
Right.
what kind of audience they want to target, उनको क्या
Mhm.
करना है. What they, lot of apps today are making almost semi porn kind of content.
Right, exactly.
तो आई थिंक दैट इज सेलिंग फॉर देम, तो वो बना रहे हैं. डिमांड है तो इसीलिए वो सप्लाई कर रहे हैं.
Mm.
बट आई मीन आई वुडंट बी कंफर्टेबल वॉचिंग समथिंग लाइक दैट विद माई पेरेंट्स, विद माई फैमिली.
Exactly.
सो आई फील है, मतलब लाइक आई सेड, अगर जरूरत है तो आप करो. शूट इट ब्यूटिफुली, बिकॉज सी, बोल्ड सीन्स में आप क्या दिखाते हैं? यू आर शोइंग लव मेकिंग. लव मेकिंग
Right,
इज एक्चुअली अ ब्यूटिफुल थिंग इफ यू लुक एट इट इन दैट एस्पेक्ट.
right,
um, it is kind of a spiritual thing,
right,
a
right,
union of two souls, a union of
right.
two bodies, if I may put it.
Exactly.
तो
Uh-huh.
अगर आप उस तरह से दिखाते हैं, then wonderful. अगर नहीं भी दिखाते तो वो आपके इंटेलिजेंस, आपके उस पे डिपेंड करता है, what you want to show it,
Right,
what kind of audience you want to tackle.
right.
But yeah, I've seen that sometimes it is also a deterrent for a lot of projects. A
Mhm.
lot of times such kind of movies, such kind of web series don't grab a lot of eyeballs, because then families don't want to watch it together.
Right,
Maybe a certain section will want to watch it on their phones when they are alone, थोड़ा सा छुप छुप के चलो देख लेते हैं types.
right, right.
But I don't think it kind of caters to a whole family viewing experience. And I think the best part about cinema is that families bond together and they can watch a film together, and that is the best part about cinema.
For sure, sir. So, did you watch the cottage short film with your mom and dad? Because there is a bold scene in it.
I did watch it with them. I in fact was a little apprehensive, but I did watch it with them. And I asked them very honestly that, did you all think that I did a wrong thing by doing this? And
Uh-huh.
both of them were like, no, it was needed. And it was beautifully shot. The
Mhm.
cottage is shot by a very dear friend of mine, Jahangir Irani,
Yes.
with whom I'll be shooting very soon. And I've already done another web series with him called Peshawar, which is going
Awesome.
to be releasing in December now.
Mhm.
Yeah, and he, trust me, even when we did the cottage, Jahangir was so sweet. I mean, my co-actor Shweta Khanduri and myself, he kept showing us the shots. Every shot that he would take, he kept showing us the shots, and he told us very clearly, any shot that you are not comfortable with, I will delete it then and there.
Wow.
I'm not going to use it in the film. So, I mean, that was the kind of comfort level that we had with him. So that's about it. Yeah, I mean, I saw the cottage with my parents, and they told me, yeah, it was needed, and I was like, okay, chalo, then I've done the right thing.
But how is it like? How is the feeling when you're doing that love making scene in front of the public around you with that cameras on? Like, क्या होता है? I mean, how do you feel?
See,
Because
थोड़ी
that's
सी
not
nervousness
intentional,
होती
right?
है.
Yep. Hmm.
It's not intentional. It's in fact it's very technical. The cameraman
Right,
tells you,
right, right,
kiss in this angle, come close in this angle. ये यहाँ से light पकड़ो, ये करो, वो करो. नहीं, this posture is looking awkward. So it is actually, if you go to see, it is very technical. There is nothing that you enjoy in it. Like
Mhm.
a lot of my friends make fun of me. Abey, tujhe to mast maze hain. You get to romance all
Exactly.
these pretty
Right.
looking girls on screen and all that. But actually, it's quite intimidating. It's quite. I get quite nervous
Mhm.
while doing such things. I get a little conscious also while doing such things. But and yeah, when you said you have to perform in front of a lot of people, so I'll tell you one thing: when we shoot these kind of scenes, lot of people who are not required on the set are asked to move away.
Oh.
So that is a kind of a decorum, that is a kind of a protocol that is followed on every set,
Right.
wherein only the director and the cameraman are on the set, and they shoot that portion. And then once you're done with that, then the entire unit can come on set and they can be around or whatever. But that is a kind of comfortability that the director gives the actors,
Mm. Well, I
which
mean,
I think is needed, and which I think is a great thing that happens.
yep. Well, those were my only questions for you today, sir. Well, thank you so much for coming to our show. It was so pleasure to talk with you, sir.
Likewise, the pleasure is mine. Thank you for having me on your show.